Hey everybody, this is Eddie coming to you from Flagstaff, Arizona with another video here. Hey, tonight's video I'm going to talk about using it, not living in it. And what I'm talking about is the past. And this came from a conversation I had over the weekend. A friend of mine was telling me his story. It's been a while since we'd seen each other, about some of the stuff he'd been through. Spent time in prison and just went back to a long time ago to when we were kids. And let's just say, when I hear his story or heard his story, I didn't, it was one of those things that you don't realize when you're a kid. You don't realize when you're young, or even when you're older, sometimes what other people are going through or what they've been through. And his story was, and forgive me for laughing, because when he was talking about it, he had a good sense of humor and chuckling and laughing, but was telling his story as like, man, it was bad. And he shared some of the things he'd been through, some of the things he did, and it was one of those things that you hear the story and you're like, holy shit, I would have never had any clue. I didn't have any clue. And one thing that he went back to is he goes, man, he goes, because I took, I want to give. Because I took from others, I want to give for others. I want to help others. And he has his vision, he has his dream, and he's taking steps to follow it. And one thing after he said that is, because I took, I want to give, was one thing I shared with him, and it made me think, because I've done this myself, is don't live in the past. Use the past, but don't live in it. You can reflect upon the past, because what you end up doing, what we end up doing as people, is we reflect in the past and we realize that some of the things that we've done were wrong. And everybody's done it, or most everybody's done it. And most real people that really want to move forward will acknowledge it and will face it and not try and play all high and mighty and say, I am human. I made mistakes. I'm not perfect. I need to learn to forgive myself. I've hurt people in the past, so I need to learn to forgive myself. I want to be forgiven, so I need to learn to forgive myself. And because of that, I need to learn to forgive others as well. And the whole concept of this is, sometimes what we do is we sit and reflect upon the past. You screwed up in a relationship, you screwed up a friendship, you burned a bridge with somebody that's real trustworthy. You burned a bridge with somebody that was relying upon you. And a lot of us have gone through this. A lot of us have done that. And rather than sitting and living in the past on what you have done, reflect upon it and use that as your motivation to move forward. Reflect upon it to use that motivation to try and reconnect that bridge. And at least you can make efforts, but don't live in the past, because what we end up doing is we end up reflecting, and then we end up living in it again. We start feeling bad. We start feeling those feelings of, gosh, I'm a horrible person because I did wrong. I'm a horrible person because, I was having a bad day and I unloaded on somebody I loved and never went back to apologize. Don't be too proud to go back to apologize. So it's just one of those things that I wanted to share with you guys, because I had been guilty of it and I wanted to help a friend of mine. And once I told him this, I said, use it, but don't live in it. And he just said, you know what? I never thought of it. And this guy has big dreams. His vision is one that is amazing, and I can see it happening. And with his vision is a lot of lives can be changed. It's not going to be an easy road for him, but the thing is he's already said, he called me the next day after we had a talk. He says, you know what? Listen to what I read. And it was talking about surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals and people that see your visions, people that see your dream. And he was totally blown away about what he had read the next day. And it was one of those things. It's my true feeling is, things don't just happen just because. Things happen for a reason. So anyways, I hope I got some sort of message out to you guys on this. So uh, please feel free to comment. Please contact me, message me. Go to eddieaguilar.com, log in. So log in your information, and I'll be willing to send you guys a piece of information for my upcoming book, Left Behind: Suicide's Rippling Effect. So anyways, hope you guys get it. Remember, don't live in it, but use it. So And that's a pass. So you guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are when you're watching this. Talk to you soon. Bye.